Okay, so hi folks, here I am with the legend, the unlicensed legend, and I don't know really how to describe you, but you are...
Infamous. I like infamous. People say you're famous. I said never famous, more infamous. You know what I mean?
So we're sort of backstage at the Circus Tavern, and you're fighting again, Dominic.
Yeah, 53, still at it. Yeah. Just trying to exercise the demons, you know, unless you're a fighting man like a fighting man, no, but a fighting like man or whatever, like Darren Coville, he gets, I spoke to Dan the other week, he gets it, this kind of, you know, you watch that Rocky film about the stuff in the basement, you know, don't get me wrong, listen, whoever I fight, they're all up for a good payday, they're all up, they want to have a little go at it. Listen, I'm an old man now, ain't I, you know, in their eyes. So if they fancy, go, you know, come and have a little, you know, we'll see what happens, you know. So
yeah, I mean, how do you feel about sort of still getting in the ring? You like it?
I'll be honest with you, yes and no. I mean, there's obviously you sitting there, and I just said to my mate Butch, we're driving it down. I said, you know what, don't get no easy. 100 odd fights, amateur, pro, unlicensed, you name it, I've done it, and it's like you still get. I mean, I still get the nerves because I never take no one for granted. The only times I've lost, and I mean this, is when I wasn't I've lost to myself, and I don't mean, you know, not being big. It don't mean many people better than me in that ring. You know what I mean? They have beaten me, but because I let them beat me in that my head wasn't right, and that's the biggest problem I'm having in life is my head. You know, like we're going into this, you know, everyone wants to talk this mental kind of what they call it, mental illness and stuff. Not mental illness, but you know, I think most fighters suffer from something like that. That's why we fight, isn't it? So.
Yeah. So you're a really complex person when I've seen you over the years. I mean, it's like even when you have your fights, it's almost like you're not even sort of that happy when you win. You know, it's almost like
but you've got it. But no, thank you. You got it. You got it. I'm not coming. Listen, I know what I've got to do tonight, and I will do it. But what I'm saying is, it's I feel a bit of a fraud sometimes because I've let myself down. You know, I mean, but I'm very gifted to have the team around me, like the Alan Mortlock's, Vic Smiths, you know, Ian Wilson's, the Gary Bedfords. You know, I mean, there's still the people that I've known all the years. When I was boxing, we're still close, and they're the ones that stuck by me. They see the pain I go through. You know, I mean, it is, you know, the physical thing I can handle, the mental thing that I really struggle with. Do you know, Liam, you actually got it sensitive, like you see me. I'm not like what people could ever imagine. You know, I'm with a lady now, Joanna, and she goes, I never thought you were the way you were because how you've proceed, like you perturbed, like you've showed yourself. But I think with me, that's a big kind of defence mechanism.
Yeah, because it's like I've seen you win, and you've won sort of fairly easily, but there's no sort of triumph at the end of the fight or anything.
But you know, honestly, you're the first person that's actually picked up on that because it is what it is, isn't it? It's like you can't win for winning, you can't lose for losing. It's, you know. It's an hard one now. I mean, listen, I'm 53. Do I want to be in a ring? No. I have to be in a ring. It's just something I've got to do. You know, we're talking about something else quickly. We got, you know, I'll sign up for BKB, this bare knuckle thing. You know, Alan's obviously doesn't want me doing it, which, as a friend, you know, and I totally get amount of people that don't want me doing it. But it's just something I've got to do. Just something's triggered me off. And I said to her, I need to do it. I'm never, you know, IBA is always going to be the #1 because it saved my life so many times. It put food on my kids' tables when I didn't have a job, didn't have nowhere to go. You know, other than to go back to how I used to be, and I couldn't afford to do that. You know, I mean, I was never going to be the person I used to be. You know, so as the IBA has truly saved my. I'm one of them people that you could say the IBA has saved my life.
What was the worst point then when you really thought, God, I am now at rock bottom?
You know, obviously when I split up with Bella's mum, that was quite an hard time. Well, that was an hard time. Then I started drinking, got my out of control in normal. You know, then I become a bit of a recluse. I wouldn't go out. Then I become a bit of a private drinker. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, drink on my own, and that's a dangerous game to play. And in Touchwood now, 4 years clean. You know, I don't drink anymore. Don't do anything else because I never was. That was never my. You know, not that I said I never did, but just never my thing. I was a big drinker, you know what I mean? And then it's just nice to get back in the gym, trying to shake, you know, got the weight down, you know, not as much as I wanted to, but I got it a lot off. I mean, like tonight, I mean, first time I would have taken my top off tonight, but I want to do something tonight. I've got these T-shirts made up with Mark Potter on. So what I want to do, I want to wear this T-shirt when I fight, and then when the fight's over, I want to take it. I said, right, you know what it's like. In this world, we're a long time forgotten. And I'm going to say, like, you know, and you watch what happens tonight, you watch after the fight, and I'm like, who knew Mark Potter? You watch, I said, right, who's going to bid for this shirt now? And there we see. Right. You know, because this, I mean, it's like, you know, it's nearly a year since Mark's gone, nearly a year. Yeah. You know, and it's still every day, you know, you think, bloody hell, and you know, and I was very fortunate to be there, you know, not bringing this up because of that, but, and it was like, and I said to him, I remember he was laying in this bed thing they'd set up for him, the hospital brought the bed, and I said, mate, you're my hero. You know, and it's the only person, I said it the other day, I was talking to someone else, they said, about, you know, when people going, no, I'm a fighter, so I can beat everybody. But they're going, well, who do you reckon would have won? I went, well, Mark would have beat me.
Do you honestly think that, yeah?
He had it over me, and that's me being honest. You know, I never really wanted to fight, mate. Oh my God, he was like, I've known that boy since he was 15. See him grow up from boy to man, and what a man he turned into. And it's just how mad how things can just go, boom, so quick, and that's what scares the life out of me, you know. So,
did you worry about your own mortality then? Are you
listen, when we were growing up, we all thought we were indestructible, didn't we? No one can touch us, blah blah blah. But you start with, you know, that's what we're going. That's what worries me to put 53. Listen, I'm no spring chicken. That's why I'm going to get in there, try and do the job as quickly as I can. And if I don't, then I'm ready for whatever comes. You know what I mean? I'm not coming here thinking I'm going to knock him out in 20 seconds or second round, third round. I'm ready for the rounds. But if it's not, then I don't want to be in there any longer than I have to be. You know, people go, I have people say, oh, could you make it last a bit longer? I went, don't get paid overtime in this game. You know, I mean, it is and if I'm being honest with you, I don't want to be in there any longer than I have to be. And that's
are you actually worried, not maybe so much in the fight game, are you worried about your own mortality and what might, death and things like that?
Of course you do. I think as you get older, and obviously I've got Bella now, don't know if I mentioned I've got a daughter. I mean, she's 19 now. She's done, you know, considering she's come from two nutters, we're so truly gifted. You know, I mean, she'd be here tonight, and I particularly didn't want to be here tonight, but she wanted to come. And so there's more pressure there, but it's the fact that, yeah, no, I started worrying. Like, you know, listen, you get older, they've got aches and pains and stuff like that. Thing, you know, my knee plays up a little, this don't we, you know, but listen, we just got to get on with it, don't we? You know, and that's what we do as fighters, we fight. We're not going to sit here and moan. We're not snowflakes, are we? We don't have no dolly mixes in my gang, you know what I mean? So
but you are like a real mixture of a character because you've got a great sense of humour, very funny and this, that and the other. Then also you've got that very hard side. Did you like that hard side of you when you were doing all the debt collecting and everything else?
I was very lost. I was a very lost person back then, still am. To a degree, lot better. Oh my God, a million times better. I mean, I was working in a hostel, running a hostel, up to about 3 months ago now, and I thought it was a godsend to start working there, but I realised it was having quite a negative effect on me, being around all these people, and it's like having problems every day. Every day there's a problem. Every day there's a problem, and it's all negative. So now obviously I've come, you know, I'm fortunate enough that I had to leave. You know, again, I spoke to Al's helped me straight away. We put me on a bill. You know what I mean? Gets me. But what it is more so being in the gym. Being in the gym, that's what I need. You know, so and that's to be around people is what I need.
I get a feeling with you that you feel let down by people.
The new book, in fact, is called "What About Me," and do you know what I've started realising that? Yeah. But I'm not going to say they are, and it's the people that you wouldn't even realise. And I've been very lucky with my friends the last few years. You know, you always going to hear. I mean, you know, most of my friends. I've got some friends, like Bobby, Mickey, Theo, my mate Henry, my mate B. You know, Butch. There's loads of great Kevin Green, Boy Jones Jr. We're back. Like we kind of gone full circle. We had kind of a rip in the camp. We've all come because listen, we've all got to get on there, haven't we? And yeah, but there's certain people who it's like, oh, I'll put a lot on the line for a lot of people, and it's not that I ever wanted paying back for, but perhaps a thank you would have gone amiss, you know. And it's like when you look at people doing so well, and it's like, well, chuck us a bone, it wouldn't hurt you. Yeah. But then it's like people ain't like that, are they? Because once they got it, they want more. Me, I was if money was my god, I'd be a millionaire. But all I wanted to do, I wanted to be part of the pack. Then I wanted to be, yeah, okay, I love the hard man image because. It's taken me 53 years to realise, I'm quite an hard kind of person. But
did you enjoy it? Did you like all of that?
I kind of thrived on it, and the fact that it covered up my insecurities. Do you know what I'm saying? I was a very insecure kind of guy. You know, and then also I couldn't work out. There was meeting girls and even women. And I could never understand why girls like me. You know, why do you like me? And it's even then, my insecurity come through now. I have to say to Jo something, I can't see what you see in me. Then she goes, yeah, nor do I. But anyway, yes.
Do you feel like you've got people around you now that are the right people for you?
Well, I think I've had to whittle them out a little bit, and it's taken me this long to realise. But so some of my friends, my two closest friends, I've known for 30 years, both of them 30 years, bang on. And the good thing about it, the both of them, they always tell me the truth, wrong or right. You know, one of them said, the problem with you, Dom, you're a big guy, 6'2", you're a big lump. Even when you get a bit moody, you're quite intimidating. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean to be, because I'm one of people, yeah, okay, you know, if you've got, everyone's got their own opinion. And you want to say it, you know, but then I always think, oh, well, I'm going to do this. Listen, I ain't as bad as what people make out. Don't get me wrong, like somebody said, push the right buttons and you've got a major problem. But I'm no different to anybody else, you know, and it's...
You've had some really dangerous moments which have been sort of quite documented before. Do you ever look back on those and think, bloody hell, that was a bit rough, wasn't it?
I do, only because sometimes I need to remember where I've come from. You know, as you see, Lynn, from where I'm today, I've come a bloody long way, mate. Like, trying to do the right thing. And it's like, you know, the infamous bit in the gym, well, I got ironed out, well, I got served up, didn't I? So, you know, I always say I deserved that. You can't live the life I was leading and not expect to get a smack on the arse. So I never had a problem with that. And yeah, okay, some of the situations I got myself involved in, I look back and think, yeah, got away with that one now. And so I won't, you know, they say you've got to heed the angel's warnings. And that's how I feel now. It's like, I'll try and behave myself. Don't want people, you know, I say, but just leave me alone. It's like when people ring up, it's like even today, like the fight, was it, I'm coming to, you know, people ring me up like 4 o'clock, got any tickets, got any this, got any that? And I'm like, mate, what, people are so fucking, that's the first swear word I've done now, so I'm trying my best, but people are so selfish. People are so selfish, because if the boot was on the other foot, they wouldn't be, you know, they wouldn't people ringing them up, asking stupid crap, you know what I mean? But it's, you know what I mean?
Will there be any, you know, I think you will win tonight because you tend to win all the time. Will there be any joy from it? Will you then think, well, really. That was great?
Not really. Do you know what? And I can honestly say again, it's win, lose or draw, but I'm winning. It's got me through this month again. You know, it's, and we were trying to put this boot camp together out in Future Ventura. As soon as I fight, we fly off in the morning at 3 o'clock in the morning. We got to be out. We start with you know, Adam Bailey's got a beautiful gym in Future Ventura, so we got access to that. We got an access to a beautiful villa, so we're just trying to put something together there where people can, you know, obviously, you know, pay a bit of money. They spend a week with us. They get trained twice a day, fed, food and drinks all included. It's a new adventure. So, I mean, we've got some really enthusiastic people around us. I mean, I've got all the enthusiasm in the world, believe it or not, but I need someone to try and contain it. Like, there's all paperwork to be done. I'm no good at it. Joanne, she's great. She's like the admin kind of side of thing, you know. So, you know, and the fact that she can actually fight, so that's a scary bit. So,
because you've actually got all of the attributes, you've got the talent, you've got the ability to actually be very successful. If you could market yourself right in a way, you know, with training and everything else like that.
I mean, do you know what? I let myself down. Again, my insecurities let me down.
Because you were bullied, weren't you, at school?
Hated school. Yeah, I was terribly bullied. Just kind of lost my way. And that was it. It was like when I started doing the debts and got around some great people. I mean, they were great, even though I don't see them very often. You know, I've got a friend of mine that says about my mate Vic. Don't see him very often, but he's still one of my closest friends. You know, and it's, you know, he kind of taught me. He taught me a lot about myself, to be honest with you. You know, good and bad. Because the problem with me being the good side brought the bad side, and that's what I'm saying. And I kind of got, you know, I kind of got lost from the true me. And that was the hard bit, trying to find myself again. But it's... do
you have a regret, you know, like of anybody that you've actually done over?
Well, I don't know. I've done broken legs. But no, I mean, there was always just one incident. I always remember it's in my first book. There's a fellow that we used to work with. And I've kind of, like, I hadn't seen the geezer for 3 years. It took me 3 years to bump into him. And he basically said, well, Dom, I'm out of the game. And he kind of, like, he was going, like, I've got a little girl and I'm not being well. And I didn't really listen. And I, you know, left him in the pile on the floor, and that's probably one of the only things, or one of the things I do regret, because he wasn't a bad fella, but he did, mind you, he did have us over, so I got to go with that. But it was just one of them things. Even my mate was with me. He goes, "You happy now?" I went, "Not really." He goes, "I told you." And that's the stuff I have to carry around with me. People don't realise I'm not kind of a happy person inside, because I know what I've... You know, when people go, "Well, you ain't done nothing that way," and I said, "Well, you don't know, because I can't tell you everything." No. Not I'm gonna, but I'm just saying, you know, don't get me wrong, most of the people I ever kind of like got involved with, like physically, were all in the loop. They all knew the price. They all thought they were better than me. All thought they could do whatever, and then they have to pay the price, don't they? You all want to sue the best, you know, all the baddest boys out there. And listen, I'm not being funny to them. You make me wrong, mate. For a good 10, 15 years, I was up there. You know, there weren't a lot of people that could stand with me outside. But again, this is an old man talking now. I'm not saying, you know, these youngsters nowadays, they're fearless. Different category, different breed of fearlessness they have. You know, they don't realise the damage they do to themselves out there.
Have you ever looked in the mirror and actually forgiven yourself?
No. I could look at myself in the mirror and go, I'm all right. You know what I mean? Like I went through, like I can brush my teeth in the morning and go, yeah, you're all right, Dom. You're all right, but no, never, not yet.
Because a lot of it is it's not your fault.
Yeah, but I did it, so I have to be, you know, start realising I'm a grown man, so I have to stand and be counted for what I've done. How many times I did it for years? I come in on a Sunday or go on Monday, I'd be at the gym and my mate B would turn up. What happened this weekend? I went, he goes, their fault was it? I said, yeah, mate, how'd you know? Because every week it's someone else's fault. Then sometimes you've got to look at yourself and realise, you know what, it ain't their fault, it's my fault. Perhaps I should have walked away. Didn't, you know what I mean? Shouldn't have stayed in there 10 minutes longer. That could have been avoided. But me being me, no, I had to see her to the end. And that's why I become a bit of a pain in people's arses. And again, listen, Liam, you know me, when you get to know me, I'm probably the far from that kind of person. But my biggest problem is my loyalty, though. I'm so loyal, you know, and it's...
I read a poignant story today that, of course, everybody knows you because of the Audley Harrison fight thing that went on. But wasn't there an incident afterwards where you were taking your father round to the dressing room? Tell us that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the fight's over. You know, after every fight, I mean, mates, it's what we are. Like tonight, it'll be exactly the same. You know what I mean? And I went to see him after the fight, and Phil Taunts won't let me in. I said, listen, but my dad, we've got my dad. His dad was in the wheelchair then. Wants to make you heavyweight champion. Who don't? No, I don't want to talk to you. And it really broke my heart. You know, I got down a little bit. Can you imagine? I've kicked off a little bit, said a few bad things. I said, I'm sorry, Daddy, don't want to see you. I went, oh, okay. And like something like that, I just don't think people realise it's like, you know, what it does to people. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but you know, it's done now, and I mean, she's going. It's, you know, we're on to a different chapter now.
So we can't talk too long because you're fighting tonight and stuff like that. But you have this new book out. Tell us about this new book.
It's called What About Me? In fact, I've only got one page in it, and it's all different people like Ricky and Ricky Grover, loads of people all from the unlicensed fighting to the professional world to, you know, different all walks of life. People that know me, have known me, met me, and they've all got little stories to tell. What they thought of me, what they heard of me. You know, 1999. Go look it up. It's in my website. It's all little letters. Dominic Negus.co.uk. There we go. Look at that. I remembered that. So 1999 plus post and packaging. I mean, it's just something we put together. Karen's not Karen. I can't remember bloody her thing, you know, but her name's Karen Sanders now. But she'd done the book for us. She was great. She spent a lot of time on it. And it's just great. It's great. The feedback we've had on it's been phenomenal. I've got to say, you know what I mean? So come on, guys, buy it. I mean, you never know. I always say, worst comes to worst, it's going to make expensive toilet roll, ain't it? So,
Christmas.
But, that's what I'm saying. Christmas only around the corner. You can put it on your fire. Take ages to burn. So, you know what I mean? But I mean, again, the feedback I've had, it's all been positive, which is lovely. You know, and it's, you know, there's some stories there. People didn't really know me, then they got to know me, then realised I wasn't like what people thought I was. And it's, you know, again, it just is what it is, isn't it? So.
Well, I've sort of known you on and off over the last 15 years or so, and seen you do all the fights. You've always seemed a decent bloke to me. And you know what I would really like tonight is that when you iron this fella out and all that, it's like a, you know, like a big smile. And,
oh, sorry. If you're there, Liam, I'll make sure you're about. But I just want to do something with this T-shirt. That'd make me smile. That would make me smile.
He was a fantastic bloke.
Mark was my friend, and that's what I say. You know, when people said, no, hold on, Mark was my friend, and that's what I can ever say. You know, you get people, I'll do this, and no, I don't care what you've done, but Mark was my friend. And I'm lucky enough. So,
well, thank you very much, Dominic.
My pleasure, Liam.
And I hope the book goes fantastic.
Thank you very much.